All right. Hello, I'm Mia for Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com here with an exclusive interview with two members of Mamalarky calling in from Atlanta. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Doing well. Hey there.
Yeah, so if you guys want to kind of introduce yourselves and then what you do in the band.
I'm Livy. I play guitar and sing.
And I'm Michael. I play keyboards.
Awesome. And so you guys just got off the East Coast leg, if I'm correct, of your tour opening for Slow Pulp, and then you're about to start your West Coast leg pretty soon here, stopping by Arizona in a couple weeks. So how's tour been going? How's it like seeing other places, and are there any moments that have stood out to you so far?
So our first leg was actually a headlining little like week run. And this next leg will be meeting up with Slow Pulp. And it was amazing. We have been just glowing in how fulfilling that was. Like our first tour back couldn't have gone any better, I would say.
It was extremely encouraging.
Yeah.
I would say.
That's awesome. I also was looking through your Twitter before this, and I saw a tweet from last week where I feel like it's necessary now, where you posted, "Sometimes I wish interviewers would ask me stuff like rank your best and worst period you've gotten on tour, because I would have so much to say." So as we're talking about tour, I'd like to ask you about that.
How grateful I am that you went to the depth to find that. Okay, well, the best one is an easy best because it was a day off. We were on the beach. So I was just like and Boston has beaches, which I didn't know. So I was just laid out. I made a chocolate cake. I had no plans. So it was just like the most relaxing experience. I like napped. Worst would probably be every other time, but worst, the best, I definitely had one on deck, but the worst, I don't think I have one. But there's always just times where it's like you're traveling and you're like, I just want to be lazy right now. But that best day, it was just such a good day in general. I'll like never forget it. Thank you for asking.
Of course, yeah. No, seriously, like just laying down on a beach in general is one of my favorite things to do.
It was so good. Everyone was like playing games. People were cooking. It was the best.
That's awesome. And you guys also are touring after releasing your debut album last year. So I wanted to ask, do you have a favorite song that you like to perform for that album specifically?
I feel like, what are you gonna say?
It's tough. I mean, it depends on the mood, but I think You Make Me Smile is my
that one probably
song.
goes the hardest. One, like that chorus is just really fun to play live because there's like that dropout moment. But System Track, weirdly, that's the song from the album that I'm always like, y'all really like this? Like, that's just crazy because I kind of thought it was like a B-side kind of song, but
I always loved that
people
one.
go hard for Schism Trek, and that's always a fun moment in our set.
Yeah. And I noticed too, when I was listening to that album, you guys have such a wide range of like genres and sounds that you kind of bounce around with, because it can be tranquil in one moment and then it's like jazzy and really artistic. So how would you describe your music to someone who's not familiar with your music, or to someone who's never heard you before?
It's always a struggle trying to come up with words. I feel like because we're like a band, a lot of people are just like, it's indie rock. And like, I feel like I'm just like, sure, like that makes sense.
I don't know if the sound is what indie rock normally conjures up.
Right. I don't know. I think we take a lot of influence, like you said, like jazz, especially early on. I feel like I was like learning a lot more about that genre, but also, yeah, I don't know. I think in my head, I'm trying to write like, not like pop songs, but like, it's like I don't know. I think every song that I write, I'm trying to write like a single kind of, I don't know, anthem of sorts for however I'm feeling. And then like we all just bring in whatever influences we're on at that moment. But yeah, I guess rock is definitely in there. of varying intensities and volumes.
Got loud guitar and drums happening.
Definitely. I was just at a guitar place a few minutes ago, and they were like talking to my friend, and they were like, "Oh, you're in a lady band, so it's like obviously like quieter or something." And it was, sorry, now I'm just venting, but that just had me thinking about how loud we are and how chaotic we can be on stage.
Yeah.
And I guess
noisy.
that's a lady band. I don't know what he thinks, but
Someone
Lady
called
band
us.
can be whatever you want it to be.
exactly. Let's claim it.
Someone called us a hair band the other day.
Yeah,
too.
people have called us a hair band recently, which is funny because like, I don't know, we cut our own hair. There's not a lot of thought except for, there's like no thought except for let's not pay for haircuts, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's awesome. I love hearing about that. I also noticed when I was looking through like your guys' background, so you guys go way back and you have a really strong connection, it sounds like. And then I also saw that your bassist Noor, if I'm correct, you found on Tinder. So I wanted to ask about what was that like when you were looking for just kind of like that open call, and then how have you guys kind of built a relationship as a band since?
So when I moved to LA, I was like, how am I going to meet musicians? Like, how am I going to jam with people? And I was on Tinder, and I was also on this app called Vamper, which is literally supposed to be Tinder for musicians, but like no one was using it. So I was just like, I'm just gonna like put this out here and see. And like I met a lot of cool musicians just doing that, and like had a lot of really cool conversations. But yeah, we just linked up and were immediately like very bonded because she's from Atlanta originally. I'm from Texas. So we both had the Southern air about us, I guess, and like friendliness. And yeah, I think I can't even really remember. I think I was like, here's some songs, like maybe we can jam these or something. And from there, we just started hanging out like almost every day. So yeah.
That's awesome. It's fun to hear like a story like that, because I feel like that's not anything you hear about a lot, you know? Like it's just like think about like people use Tinder to find friends sometimes.
Yeah, totally. Especially like we were both new to LA. So we were like, what do we want to do with our lives? And like, what are we doing? So we both just like immediately were like, all right, let's do this to the fullest.
Got pretty lucky.
We got really lucky. I'm not going to say that happens every time you meet up with someone from the internet. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Another question I have for you guys is, what do you like to do when you're not making music? Do you have any other hobbies you like to dabble in or anything like that?
I just want to say again, I really appreciate these questions. We had our own garden in the backyard. We were growing vegetables. Michael really likes extremely spicy food.
Grew some hot peppers.
Yeah.
They turned out nicely too.
We really do spend most of our time like recording music, writing music, collaborating with people. But we like shitty reality TV. We like to play Smash Bros. We like to hike.
A lot of hiking, yeah.
And a lot of just talking. Like I feel like I really value having one-on-one conversations with people about their lives. That's like one of the most fulfilling things for me.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. We like stuffed animals. I'll bring out my favorite stuffed animal. This is Cinco. He's an ugly dog. So usually when we go on tour, at least one of these is with us.
It's a little piece of home on the road.
And it's just funny. It's just like funny to like make them do stupid shit. I don't know. We're really childish. Sorry, I cursed.
Okay. No, keeping that like childish energy alive is an amazing thing to do, I think.
It's helpful.
Yeah. And then another just like a little question I have is, do you guys have a favorite album of 2021 so far?
Ooh. 2021. Let's. Earhoof put out like multiple albums this year, if I'm not mistaken, but they just put out an album called, I think, Plant Thief.
Actually, you can.
Actually, you can.
Yeah.
Plant Thief is one of the singles.
It's a
That
good record.
is really sick. I know there's more though, and I'm like trying to think about which ones I've been like really listening to. But yeah, that's my answer for now, because we listened to that. That came out while we were on tour, so we were just like really enjoying that as we were. Where were we? New York.
When we listened to it,
Yeah, I think we were like going to New York or something.
that sounds right. In the middle of stressful traffic with like
Yeah.
discordant rock music playing.
That day when we were listening to it, my guitar strings were broken. Dylan was like restringing them, and then they broke again. And it was kind of a chaotic day. But once we got there, it was probably our favorite show on tour.
I think so. Yeah. That was amazing.
And that album was a part of it for sure, for me.
Good hype music.
It was.
That's awesome. I haven't heard about that one, so I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Good. It's great. We also really listened to I made this playlist called Middle School Dance that I've been adding like Black Eyed Peas, LMFAO, Daft Punk, just to like give you an idea. That's definitely like when we are pulling up to the venue, we're playing really stupid stuff.
Yeah, cheesy music from the early thousands.
It's always ideal.
A good move though.
Yes.
It's a happy place.
Yeah. So after your album this year and then tour, and you released a couple other singles, what else do you guys have planned for the rest of the year?
We're about to get on a call with our record label, I guess, and find out.
Yeah.
But the rest of this year is kind of short, I guess. I mean, probably just working on new music and hanging out for a little bit. Got some announcements coming soon, but yeah, always just writing and recording stuff from home.
Yep. Every day.
Awesome. Well, I'm happy to hear all that. And like I said, you guys, Mamalarky, are going to be opening for Slow Pulp here at Valley Bar on November 20th in Phoenix, downtown here. And hope you guys can check it out. Check out their debut album, their self-titled Mamalarky album that came out last year. And thank you guys again for talking with me today. I really appreciated it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks
This was
for
really
having us.
fun.
So once again, I'm Mia. This was a Blaze Radio exclusive interview, and we'll see you later.